From Jamaica in the north to Guyana in the south, the cry is the same. Investment, capital, development. These things feed, clothe and house us, but there is another part of us that needs to be looked after. The soul.
What is this thing you carry under your skin, in your hand, in this hard shell? What is this thing that preserves you, hides a treasury of knowledge and memory like stolen bread or holy water, like some elixir of eternity, a force under your hand?
And this is where art and artists become important. The problem is that, traditionally, art and commerce have been in conflict. But in Adrian Augier, that conflict is resolved. Augier is an economist and a playwright, carnival artist and poet. And one of his life's works has been to show that the art and economic developments are not at odds.
The sector is at a huge disadvantage, owing mostly to the fact that people don't understand it. And chief among the people who don't understand it are some of our policymakers. And we are still trapped in an age where people see manufacturing and agriculture as the foundations of the economy.
Augier has worked with the government of St. Lucia, the World Bank, and has been head of the Chamber of Commerce in St. Lucia, and has done a great deal to get the government to recognize the viability of the arts.
I think that I've had some strategic input into the development landscape of St. Lucia, private sector, public sector, planning, development, infrastructure.
So here you have an artist who's also a businessman, but who also has a wherewithal to provide the infrastructure within which a lot of artists can work.
But Augier is a child of the 1960s. His mother and father were involved in the arts, and his home was a sort of headquarters for artistic activity in St. Lucia.
What is this unspoken, unnamed thing that kings and devils crave to command the earth, alter the fate of men, the means to shape the face of time? What is it?
I think Adrian is a bridge. Once upon a time in St. Lucia, there was a creative and performing arts society. That was a long time ago. That was succeeded by the St. Lucia Artists Guild that was championed, initiated by Roderick Walcott, who was Derek Walcott's brother. And St. Lucia had gone through this renaissance of art in the 60s and the early 70s and so. And what you found with the passing out of the guard, there was not necessarily a replacement per se.
This lack of continuity causes each generation to have to start over. This is not the case with Augier, who, with the acumen of a businessman, has applied business savvy to artistic insight and acquired that thing which artists need most, a physical home. In 1983, in partnership with 4 other people, he bought a space, the Lighthouse Theatre, and began a movement.
He's been able to provide the infrastructure that many artists need. Many years ago, he got an old warehouse and set up the Factory Theatre Group, which did workshops for people in drama, writing workshops, plays were put on.
The provision of infrastructure has led his protégés to be able to translate artistic activity into economic activity.
Mr. Augier is a perfectionist. He's a consummate professional. And anybody who has the opportunity to work with Mr. Augier can only learn from him. He's generous to a fault in terms of sharing his knowledge and transferring knowledge to the youth of St. Lucia. I think it's one of his finest attributes.
But insomuch as he is a good businessman, Augier's life as an artist is his first priority. And its achievements are wide and deep. He has also been able to transform his talent into viable currency. As to how he does this...
What is it down there, bone deep, that keeps you audacious, leaves you free, despite the threat of change, and makes you walk toward the light, even now, even now? What is this wondrous, ponderous?
Mr. Adrian Augier is the Anthony N. Laureate for for Arts and Letters 2010.